lost everything he cared for. No surprise he lost the will to live.
Don't look too concerned, you and your boys.
What would you have us do? Sit and wail? Baron was a good soldier, but settling in here at Crow's Perch, it made him soft. We'll introduce a new order. Things will be different now.
I imagine they will.
Hello everybody, welcome back to more Witcher 3 with Geralt and myself. So after the somber ending to the last episode, which unfortunately led to Anna, the Baron's wife's death, to release her from a curse, to finding that the Baron couldn't quite deal with her death and hung himself from a tree. But now we're following a new quest. If you remember a few episodes ago, Keira Metz, the witch, or mage, whatever you want to call it, she invited us back to her house after we helped her, and she helped us with the Ciri stuff. So we're actually going to go follow up on that now and see exactly what Keira Metz wanted from us. In fact, let us read the Geralt and Keira's journey to the Elven Mage's lair had forged a tight bond between them. The kind harrowing life or death experiences forged between soldiers at war or students during exam week. Between soldiers, and so when it was all over, Keira invited Geralt to stop by her hut sometime, in a way that suggested she did not mean for an afternoon of tea and crumpets. So let us quickly Where is she? Here she is. So from now on, whenever we have a quest involving a person, we're going to read through this. I mean, eventually I'll read through the ones that we've already done, but for now let's read the Keira Metz one. Geralt first met Keira Metz when she literally dropped on top of him out of nowhere. That is Geralt for you. During the infamous coup of Fyke Island, Keira was defenestrated and nearly landed right on the Witcher's head. The next time Geralt saw her in the swamps of Velen, Velen was in a different way. The luxury-loving sorceress was the last person he expected to see in such a grim and barren place. Geralt later learned the reason for this, and Keira's fate gave him ample fodder for contemplating the cruel whimsies of the Wheel of Fortune. Once the esteemed advisor to the now late King Foltest, she had been chased out of Temeria when she lost that ruler's trust. Later, she joined the Lodge of Sorceresses, which earned her the hatred of Redania's king and Nilfgaard's emperor alike. Because of this, she had gone deep undercover, posing as a cunning woman, a village witch of sorts, deep in the Velen boondocks. It was not at all difficult to tell that she despised every minute of this. Oh, Keira, you're such an intriguing character, but I'm here now, so what exactly?
Why did he need them?
Bloody rodents. Better to have stuffed them with a...
Keira, what are you doing?
Geralt. You gave me quite a start.
But nay, the mage says, bring me rats and healthy ones. Not something the cat dragged in.
This the lamp from the elf's hideout? And what's this about rats?
Nothing important.
She hates rats.
I'll explain later. Now tell me, to what do I owe the pleasure?
You asked me to come see you.
Mentioned you wanted something from me.
I did, and still do. The cursed isle on Lake Windammer, you've heard of it, I'm sure. The local peasants mumble incessantly about it, about the wraiths that haunt it. They claim none who go there return.
How'd it come to be cursed?
That's what I don't know. I must break this spell, yet I've been unable to identify its source.
Gotta know something.
Scraps. The curse is somehow linked to the tower where Serad, the lord of these lands, took refuge when Nilfgaard invaded. Claims in the village are that peasants, desperate of hunger, sailed to Fyke Isle to beg for food. Met their end there. It was a massacre. So, will you please help me lift this curse? You're so good at these things.
Oh, if you put it that way, but I need to know a couple of things first.
Why are you so intent on this?
I'm not. The local peasantry is. The Isle, miss. You've got to lift the charm. You're a good witch, a great witch. There's no end to it.
Uh-huh. See, I thought you didn't care for the locals. The great witch you are.
I failed to lift the curse, and they could conclude I'm not so great. Not enough to conceal me from the witch hunters and risk getting sent to the gallows themselves.
What others think, your image, that's all you care about.
The point is, listen, I didn't flee to these wilds just to stupidly get caught because some boar with grit under his fingernails grows annoyed with me.
So the peasants who went to the island for food, this lord had them murdered?
The villagers say he had them poisoned.
A real gentleman.
Well, I never met him, but he certainly didn't seem such a cruel man, judging by what a mage from the Isle told me.
A mage lived on the island? Did you know him? Where is he now?
We were friends. Sadly, he died that day as well. Very few survived. Yet even those who escaped the Isle soon suffered agonizing deaths. Strangely, they did not seem to have been poisoned.
Yeah, I'll help you.
Alright, I'll help.
You help me, I'll return the favour.
Naturally, you'll need to sail to Fyke Isle.
Fine. What then?
Well, the spirits who wander the Isle, you must establish a rapport with them. Don't know how, but they could point us in the direction of the curse's source.
Think they'll be willing to chat?
Of course, provided you take my magic lamp with you. I shall let you keep it afterwards in appreciation. You'll find it quite useful, I'm sure.
Why don't you... Oh, 'cause you hate rats.
Can't you just come with me?
I tried to go to Fyke Isle once. Thought my head would burst, the curse's magic was so strong.
Or was it because of the
You'll
rats?
send me there.
I experienced an acute nasal hemorrhage. You stand to endure a wobble of your medallion at most. At Aretusa, they trained me to detect even the subtlest magic pulses. This was like getting smacked across my haunches with a grain flail.
Funny. Thought you'd go in for that sort of thing.
Take my boat. I left it on the lake shore near the village. Should be fit to use. Provided rot hasn't eaten it, as it seems to eat everything here.
How's the lamp actually work? I mean, do I just rub it, or do I have to do something, magical?
You needn't even rub. Just place it where you find bones and hear whispers. I suppose I should warn you, it might not be the most pleasant experience.
Figured as much. Tell you all about it later, maybe skip the drastic bits.
You'll need to do neither. I'll give you a Xenovox. It's a bauble that will let us speak over some distance.
That's pretty cool.
You will tell me what you see, and I shall tell you what to do and look for.
Right, I'm off.
I need to know anything else before I go?
No, that is all. Oh, go already. I can't wait to see what you discover on Fyke Isle. Just be sure to come and see me afterwards. And Geralt. Thank you.
You're welcome, Keira. How do I get out of your place again? Right. Where is it? This is the one. A horrible curse had befallen Fyke Isle and the tower that stood upon it. Half a year prior, Lord Visharad had moved his court there, seeking shelter from approaching Nilfgaardian armies. While famine raged all around, the Lord of Velen wallowed in excess and cared not a whit for his suffering vassals. The gods saw it fit to punish him, and towards this end cursed him. One day, a host of mice scurried into the tower and proceeded to devour everything, including Visharad, his court, and his resident mage Alexander. The isle had been haunted since that day, and fishermen feared to sail the lake, putting yet another dent in an already battered local economy. The local peasants thus asked Keira to lift the curse, and she turned to the witch for help, Enticed by Keira's charms and her promise of additional rewards, Geralt took on the task. The sorceress equipped him with a magic lamp he could use to commune with dead souls, gave him a firm pass on the rear for good luck, and sent him off to lift the curse. Yeah, that's not exactly how it goes on... No rears were patted. So, we've actually been past this island before when... You know who? Keira ditched us after we helped her with the lamp. And she teleported away and she left us with a boat. And on the way to the... I can't remember where we headed. We actually sailed past Fyke Isle.
Geralt, can you hear me? How close is it? Where are you?
Almost there.
Splendid. I shall contact you again soon.
Wait, this Xenovox, can I contact you with it or is it one way?
One way only, I'm afraid. You'll have to trust my feminine intuition.
Your what?
My feminine intuition.
Wonderful.
Oh. Wonderful. Alright, let's get off.
Geralt?
Hold on.
Are you on the
You didn't tell me
island
this. I am, but you didn't tell.
yet? Work. Can you hear me?
What? I can't hear. Great, broke already. Sheesh, short-lived this magic.
What did you say? There's some interference. You must be very careful.
Lots of drowners. Ghouls. And bees. And not fiends. Ow. Wait, what the hell killed him? The wasps, perhaps? Well, that's the tower. Better kill the hag outside first. Right, let's find out what the hell's been going on in up here. Rats.
Let's try Kira's lamp. Peasants didn't come here to ask nicely. Place is full of rats. As many dead as alive. I think they're feeding on them.
You're Geralt, stop. You needn't be so detailed.
Oh yeah, fear of rats. What is it? Oh.
Where's that noble? Lying here, quiet as a mouse, head split open like a rotted pumpkin. More like a peasant now, sloshing around in his own blood and shite. Be nothing noble about him. Too quick a death they gave him. Should have been made to suffer. He's not the end of it. Sons can suffer for him, and a daughter. To the top!
To the top of the tower. I mean, we've gone down a level, but why do they want to go to the top? Oh, I guess maybe the guy was hiding at the top.
Many must have died here.
Rich folk. Doubt I'll ever understand them. Keeping rats in cages like rabbits.
Let them out, maybe? Like to die of hunger if we leave them there.
I'd sooner burn the vermin. Releasing them's not like to bring no good. Imagine the harm they'd do if they swam back to the village.
Swam? Rats? How do you figure they'd do that?
You needn't fret for them. Clever little bastards. Clever than you.
They seem sluggish to you. Got the mange, maybe? Oh, and that stench!
There's lots of rats at the bottom of the tower. Is this out? Can't go through there.
Don't start, Annabelle. Back to your craft. Always bending my ear about fool peasants. I'll not hear of them again. That simpleton turned your head, but one Graham hardly makes the rest courtly, one and all.
My lord, peasants. They're through the door in the tower.
Oh god. So they were sitting there having a meal when the peasants were attacking. They didn't get much warning, did they? Oh, there's a body.
Gold! Piles of it! Oh, won't do the dead any good now, will it? Strange it's still here. The noble died a time ago.
Crap.
Gold! Piles of it! Oh, won't do the dead any good now, will it? Strange it's still here. The noble died a time ago. Who's that? Show yourself. Anyone there? Who are you?
Wait, what? What the hell? Who killed him? This place is haunted. Stuff keeps randomly dropping on. Look.
Where are you? Have you got to the laboratory at the top of the tower yet?
Someone dragged something across the floor.
Just
Or
ignore
dragged it
Keira.
from one wall to the other, repeatedly.
Secret door. Wait, is it?
Looks like a laboratory. Pretty well equipped, too.
Can we find part 1? I never did like rats, not because they're obscene tales, but rather on account of their lively, disturbing intelligence. They're always listening when a man believes he's only talking to himself, and what's worse, they seem to understand. A few days ago I caught myself talking to one of them, to a particularly large black male with a torn off ear. At first I was overcome by panic. Was this a first manifestation of the illness? Of course that was impossible, for I had fortified my immunity with powerful spells. Upon further consideration I concluded it was an altogether natural reflex, one even the most learned among us find hard to restrain. We mages like to be listened to. I placed the black rat in a separate cage. This time will come for it to play a part in the tests. Meanwhile it can keep me company and observe. I've noticed it looks with great concentration at the cages of its infected brethren, particularly those in the last stages of illness. Fascinating. Speaking of company, I have none, besides the black rat, and cannot hope for better. Viscerad avoids the laboratory and has expressed his desire for his daughter to steer clear of me as well. At first I thought he feared a moral scandal which would be risible in the extreme, but he explained the true reason in due course. It seems Annabelle has always possessed a fragile psychic constitution. Observing the ill might throw her into foul humours. Peasants taking part in the study have stopped speaking to me. I don't know what they believe this little act of defiance will serve. It does me no harm, they made for lousy conversation partners. There remains, of course, the woman, but as for her, I try to limit my contact. Day 362. My black rat has died. Today I found him curled up in his cage. I suspected he'd become infected on accident, but during the autopsy I did not uncover any signs of illness. He was also perfectly well fed. Strange. From a medical point of view his death remains unexplained, but something which I must admit irritates the scholar in me. But, as mentioned previously, I'm not particularly fond of rats. Are you Keira?
Experimenting on humans. Never would have gotten away with it if the Conclave were still in charge.
Oh. Oh, part 1. My experiments continue to return results I must consider unreliable. Methodological errors are not at fault. The problem lies in shoddy and fallible research material I am forced to work with. This woman crying. Despite his prior assurance, Viscerad is unable to provide me with enough moderately healthy specimens for my tests. Most of the material is starved and terrified, having been dragged here straight from the dungeon. I waste a great deal of time daily washing and delousing them before I will so much as let them step foot in my laboratory. Sterility first. As Marty Soldegurun managed to prove in her little known work, the attitude of a patient undergoing treatment can have a significant impact on the battle against the disease. Unfortunately, the volunteers which I am supplied do not show sufficient comprehension, let alone enthusiasm for the noble work in which they are taking part. You are sick. In fact, it seems they consider the research part of their punishment. I've tried a few times, though I am but a poor speaker, to convince them that they are contributing to the eradication of one of the greatest plagues tormenting mankind. I had the distinct impression that they understood little. Perhaps their stupor was merely the result of early stage of the illness. Of course, it is impossible to achieve success without significant sacrifices. The overwhelming majority of them will have to lay down their trifling lives on the altar of learning, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make. Why don't you sacrifice yourself? God damn. Annabelle.
Why did you leave? You claimed to love me. I'm cold. Why has no one come for me? I cannot leave this place. I see no way out. Who are you?
Wait,
Do you
she
think
sees
to hurt
me.
me as well?
Don't be afraid. I want to lift the curse that grips this island. Your turn to tell me who you are. The other ghosts, they couldn't see me.
I'm special. Always was. The rare beauty. The Lord's daughter. These lands, as far as the eye can see, were ours. My family and I, we hid in the Mage's Tower to await the war's end, the end of hard times. It was not to be forever.
Mage who lived here. Who was he?
Alexander? I hardly knew him. He spent most of his time locked away in this tower. He's dead too, you know.
I know.
They're all dead. Mountains of corpses, yet I stand here alone, all alone. They've all abandoned me. Even he who promised me everlasting love. You will abandon me as well.
If I can lift the curse, you yourself will be free to leave.
Does she know she's dead?
Tell me what happened here. Peasants sailed to the island to ask for food. Is that true?
No. They came to rob and kill. They thought us rich, believed we'd stowed ourselves away here to laugh at their misery. Yet we had little food as well. Too little to share with those who came. They slaughtered everyone. I heard my father cry out, but the mage told me not to reveal myself or let anyone in. He gave me a potion. If I was discovered, I was to drink it. He said everything would be all right.
What kind of potion was it? Remember its smell? What it looked like?
I remember only that I feared to drink it.
Didn't trust the mage?
In the village, they claimed he meddled in disease. Not curing it, but causing it. They said he lured rats into the tower, infected them with the Catriona. Only rumors, surely, but I was afraid. So horribly afraid. And then I heard him. My beloved Graham. He called to me. I opened the door for him, but others rushed in. They lunged at me and...
He failed to save you.
Your beloved failed to save you. Why?
There were too many. Leave her be, he shouted. He grabbed at them, tried to stop them. They just laughed.
Did they hurt you?
They gripped my arms, tore at my dress. I managed to free myself and drink the potion, and then... nothing.
Poisoned. That how you died?
No, for I later awoke. I was alone, it was
Oh,
dark.
God.
Only there were rats. Everywhere. Dozens. Hundreds. And I... couldn't move.
Sleeping potion. Effects hadn't worn off yet. You were paralyzed.
They were everywhere. All over me like insects.
Oh.
My face, my hands. I felt them rip open my skin, then crawl into my stomach.
Oh my God.
They tore me apart, and I could not even scream. Have I not suffered enough? Why can't I leave this place?
You weren't the last to die on this island. Found a fresh corpse in the tower.
The island's a dangerous place. Folks should not venture here. I too wish to leave.
The dead man. Looked like a monster had attacked him, recently. The tower home to anything else?
How am I to know? There's lots of wraiths here. I hear them whispering every night.
Not talking about ghosts. A monster who hunts here. You must have noticed something.
I don't know. I've noticed naught. Why do you ask? Why must you press me so? You're to be my savior, not my tormentor.
How can I help you?
A curse born of hatred binds me to this place. Only love's power can hope to lift it. But who could love a wraith?
And your beloved, he dead too?
Graham? No, he lives. I would know if he died. But he fled and abandoned me. Left me here all alone.
Maybe you could strip the curse of its power by forgiving him. You might cleanse the Isle. As I see it, you're the curse's focus. The other ghosts on the island, their auras chakras aren't nearly as strong as yours. My medallion started pulsating as soon as we started talking.
I don't know what you mean, but you do seem to know some things. You could be right. My fate is tied to the Isle, I feel that. Perhaps because I am heiress of these lands.
It could be your blood ties to the land, the base of the curse, that is. If so, forgiving Graham, laying your resentment to rest should lift it.
I loved him. I'm prepared to forgive him. But I must know that he regrets what he did. Take my bones to him. He must bury them. This will be our farewell. Will you speak to him? Will you do this for me?
Yeah, well.
Fine. I'll talk to Graham. Where will I find him?
He lives in the village on the lakeshore, yet... What if he's forgotten me?
If he loved you, he'll remember, and want to help.
He said he would always love me. Go to him. Make haste, please.
Okay. Take Annabelle to Graham. There's one more floor, let's just...
Kept in there until the end. What a shitty way to die.
Should
How do I get my love to use this? Ow!
be in this village somewhere.
Why you been following me?
What?
Just wondering what you want from him. From Graham.
Me? Didn't want nothing. It's his mother be worried about him.
Been locked in his hut since he came back from the Isle. Thoughts to know so. Love's misery curdled his brains, I reckon.
It won't be as cocky once the Baron's men whip your arse.
Let me try.
I want to talk.
You're deaf, damn it! I told you. Who are you?
I've been to the island. I know what happened there.
What do you want of me?
Want to talk to you about Annabelle.
Annabelle? What can you know about her?
I met her. Talked to her.
Annabelle's dead. Drank poison.
Oh, dude, it wasn't
And
poison.
I couldn't save her.
Did you love her?
Something mad. Loved her so deep I believed we'd come through, believed we'd be together. Of course, it was not to her father's liking. His daughter and a plain lout.
What happened on Fyke Isle? You gotta tell me.
'Twere Millie, Finch and Faulkner. They rallied the men, all roughs, to go to the Isle, take back what was ours from the noble. They knew I was known at the tower, that the Lord's servants would open the gate for me since I sold them fish.
They forced you to go with them?
No, I saw my chance in it, for Annabelle and me to flee. But it all spun into chaos. Our boys from the village, they started killing everyone. Annabelle, they wanted to rape. First, then she drank the poison.
Oh, that was her.
Gave it her. I ran out the tower, hollering that I wanted to die, cursing them all to hell. Don't force me to speak of it. No more, please.
I won't ask you, but
It wasn't poison. Annabelle drank a strong
this is
sleeping
gonna be
potion.
hard. Oh,
Mage wanted to
God.
protect her, make it look like she was dead. Convinced everyone.
That means... Is she...
Oh, no, no, no.
You said you spoke to her?
Spoke to her ghost. By the time she awoke, Tower was full of cold corpses. And rats. She was warm meat. Rats ate her alive.
She was alive the whole time, but can't be. She was cold all through like a corpse. I shook her, begged her, open your eyes. I never thought.
Not your fault.
It's not your fault. No guilt in not knowing, and you couldn't know it wasn't poison she drank.
Gods, what have I done? If I had stayed behind to bury her, I didn't notice she was alive. It might have ended different, ended well.
If you'd stayed on the island, I doubt you'd have survived.
I'd take death over leaving her to the rats like that. But there's naught I can do about it now.
Wrong on that count. Annabelle needs you. Her soul will only find peace if you help her.
But what can I do? It's too late.
Bury her bones. Annabelle should be laid to rest by one who loved her. It's the only way to lift the curse that holds Fyke Isle.
Those are her bones.
Yes.
Give them here. And leave me be.
Okay. Oh, sorry about that. Graham was a simple fisherman from an even simple. Actually, stories about before fishermen in love with their lord's daughter not want to end happily. Even the most tragic cold poet would find what Graham and Annabelle experienced excessively cruel. Their desire for happiness and mutual love was defeated by the cruelty of fate and the greed of men, damning the young couple to eternal suffering. Graham without his love at his side, Annabelle as a tortured soul wandering between the living and the dead. There was nothing left to the Witcher but to bring the young man Annabelle's earthly remains, hoping that a proper burial would bring peace to the girl's spirit and lift the curse. This grisly death must have somehow put a curse on her. Geralt engaged his vast experience with such curses to search for a possible solution. Having learned that Annabelle had loved a simple fisherman named Graham, Geralt decided this man and the bond of true love that the two youths shared could be their salvation. Geralt agreed to take the young woman's remains to her love to have him give her a proper burial. Geralt hoped this would lift the evil spirit on the cursed isle and bring Annabelle peace at long last. What?
Looks like rain. Annabelle was no longer. She's a pesta.
Oh, you cheeky.
And now she's free.
Crap. Has this thing been updated? Yet, though the evil spirit was indeed broken, the story did not have an happy ending. Devious Ghost of the Plague was freed and Graham became its first victim. Right, we need to head back to Keira now. Hello.
Geralt, just when I was starting to miss you.
Fyke Isle's free of its curse.
And you withheld this news until now. Why? I gave you a Xenovox. But the curse, what was its source?
The dark spell clung to the spirit of Annabelle, the Lord's daughter. To free her and the Isle, Graham, her beloved, had to help me.
So it ended well.
No.
I lifted the curse, so the island's clear. Annabelle's soul is free. Thing is, turned out she's a pesta. Graham's dead.
And you failed to notice. You're losing your touch. Be that as it may, Fyke Isle is free of its curse. That's important. I'm almost inclined to say good work.
You're doing something weird.
One thing's bothering me.
What?
I hope you have
Annabelle
nothing to
said
do with this.
Alexander was studying diseases. She mentioned Catriona. You knew this?
All the mages knew about it. Alexander was a highly regarded epidemiologist. I would have given anything for an opportunity to study his notes.
Oh
but
my
he
god,
guarded them
really?
jealously.
The lamp. What do you want to do with it?
As I said, you may keep it. I don't believe I shall need it anymore, given the Isle's been cleansed. I actually regret not going there with you. Perhaps we can make up for that lost time now.
Goodbye.
All right. Time I was on my way.
Perhaps you'd stay just a bit longer? There's one small favor you might yet do for me.
What is it?
I put in an order for a few substances from Novigrad. The trader was due to be here yesterday, but has yet to arrive. Could you see what happened? The package is rather important to me.
Why not? If he was coming here from Novigrad, he must have passed through Blackbow. I'll check the area.
Thank you. I shall be ever so grateful.
Oh, Geralt, you're far too kind to the ladies. But it is Keira. We get on with quite well with Keira. It's a playful experience with her. Alright guys, we cleansed Fyke Isle, released a spirit, and now we're going to get her groceries for her. I would say that's a good day's work. If you've enjoyed this episode, go down below, hit that like button, and if you enjoy our Witcher 3 playthrough, make sure you subscribe as well. Have a nice day and happy gaming.